Oh my goodness. How's everybody going? My sound. Let me I don't know if I can I don't know if I have headphones on. It's not like I'm like talking to people right now. But let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me get some shout. Isabella has a headache. Isabella, go get some Tylenol or water or something. Silent Cipher. What's up, Silent Cipher? I was talking to Silent Cipher actually in the chat, in Crazy Louie's chat yesterday morning. Silent. So always Silent Cipher is always a great friend of the channel and always keeps it real. I like Silent Cipher for that. I got Jeff Janek. Here we go. Hey Jeff. Like, and if y'all have not checked out Jeff and Ryzak's channel on Sundays, Coffee Chat, it's actually a really good show. Y'all need to check it out. Sports, just current events. Always love the quiz that they do at the end. Obi Rose Kenobi, what's going on, Obi Rose? Um, Obi, I've not been able to catch your show. Like, I haven't been getting the notifications. So please let us know if it's still on Fridays. 'Cause I know you were doing it on Fridays. You were doing it on Thursdays, Fridays. Definitely, y'all go check it out, especially if you like fighting games. Ozzy Rose's Cantina is a super cool place to just go practice your skills with a lot of people. Lethal, Obi, Ron, Holtz, a couple of them are all over there. So definitely check that out. Rouster, what is going on? Ambi, what is going on? Chariot Man, what is Chariot Man? I saw you the Legion Go. It's getting real. I saw that. So if y'all want to all everything handheld gaming, go check out Chariot Man's channel. You know, Chariot Man is always an entertaining person to go watch. So definitely watch it. And if you want to go check out Chariot Man's Shades of Purple, I think Chariot Man, you're like Shades of Purple 12. If I'm not mistaken. I think you're Shades of Purple 12. I was just watching that the other day, actually. Um, you're having a walk. No worries, Rouster. Take your time. I was walking outside earlier. Um, I see you, Isabella. I see you got that headache. Sounds like Siphon Filter the game Silent Cipher. I think, well, you have to go watch his show, Obi, if you want to go see all about Silent Cipher. Silent Cipher. This is actually close to the 1 year anniversary when Silent Cipher did his Shades of Purple. So definitely go check that out. My lyrical ability, agility, and energy cannot be compared to any entity. Ooh. Is Urban going to hop on the channel today and give us a little sneak preview of his latest album? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Don't want to put you on the spot, Urban. How is it going? Well, I am really glad to be here, y'all. So, just to catch everybody up, 2 weeks ago, I tried to broadcast it out beforehand, but because I knew I wasn't going to be able to make the Shades of Purple, I was actually out. I have been invited to a special dinner and awards thing, so that was really cool. Um, so maybe I'll talk about it one day. I don't know. It wasn't really super exciting, but it's super cool to get invited to something like that. And so that's what I was doing 2 weeks ago. And then last week, I was stuck. I was stuck in traffic. I don't know what happened. It was like back to back to back accidents. Um, and yeah, and so like New York traffic's always really tough, like on Thursday around 5:30. But when you put like multiple accidents involved, it was just gonna be too much. Yeah, it was like gonna be pretty tough to get back. And I was not in the right headspace to actually go do a show. So, thank you all for bearing with me last week. I apologize about that. Yeah, Silent, it's almost been a year. I think you came in June, but it's almost been a year, Silent. I think it's been a year since we started planning it. But, I believe your shade because you had to wait till after soccer season. So, which I think was June. Don't hold me to that. Um, doesn't want me to wrap in until I learn fluent Spanish. Really, Mr. Urban World. Wow. So you're doing like that dual multi-artist thing. That's super, super cool. You just snagged yourself a portable mix system I can podcast. Wow. So you're going to start doing what Louis does? Well, Louis does a podcast on the go. Louis podcasts in the morning. Don't ask me why, y'all, but Crazy Louis of Xbox International has been podcasting not just on Wednesday, but he does his morning show. It's actually kind of cool. Because it's like the only thing that at that time in the morning, like I'm just like starting to get into my groove, checking emails, responding, putting out fires, and like his stuff pops up. So I'm able to like turn it on my phone. So check that out. Xbox International, always doing stuff. Um, Sounds right. Yep, said I'm playing Little Kitty Big City, which launched today. Little Kitty Big City. Wow, the Jeff always gets the latest drop on these launches. We are going to be talking about some launches because, as y'all know, let me put that back up before. It's been 2 weeks, but there was something really good. So, as my official, like, let me just put this up really quick as my official thing of a Wired creator, I am going to be doing some just recapping some of what happened during the Wired Connect. So if y'all don't know, Wired Production is a friend of the show. They are a publisher of a lot of smaller title games, but not so small. Like so, if you've heard of Martha is Dead, they did that. If you heard of what else did it? Lamote, obviously, and a couple of others that we're going to be talking about today, 10 Hearts, and the one that's Kona in space. Simpleton played it. So if, if you're thinking something from the moon, Deliver Us the Moon, they did that one as well. So they had a showcase 2 weeks ago and they were showcasing a couple of their games coming out. And it kind of is different ones, different categories for everything. So definitely go check that out. We're going to be talking about 3 of them today. And then we're going to be we're going to be talking about another game that I tell y'all what I am super excited for or what I'm interested in coming out. So some of the games like that I'm super excited for, like I'm not necessarily excited that I'm going to play it, but I'm excited to see what happens with it. And so one of those, and we're getting really close to it, is Hellblade 2. I'm not really excited to play it. Like I played Hellblade 1 and I think y'all know, like I liked it, but I don't know if the Hellblade 2, like what's out there currently. Like, so I've been doing a lot of Remnant, just beat Ghost of Tsushima. I'm starting to jump into Tales of Kinzara. And yeah, so those are the games I'm currently playing. I'm waiting for the next DLC for Prince of Persia. So those are kind of what I'm in. But I am curious how Hellblade 2 is going to play out. And there's a lot of people who are really excited about it. So we'll be talking about that here in a second. No problem, Silent. Falconeer. Yeah, well, we showed Falconeer before, Jeff. So we're not going to show it today, but we do want to show a couple of others. So with that said, let's get this kicked off. Let's show kind of like probably one that kind of in the vein of Martha is Dead. So if you're into that, like here's another one that's coming out. Well, it's kind of like Martha is Dead in Control when I see the trailer, but y'all let me know what y'all think of this one. The trailer just launched. You can waitlist this game on Steam, Xbox, as well as PlayStation. And yeah, it looks pretty interesting. So if you're into that type of game, let me know in the chat. But without further ado, here is where'd it go? Where does it go? What? Oh, there it is. Karma.
Nightcrawlers. That's what the people in the city call us. the Thought Bureau describes my duty as Rome. Compared to the number of midnight operations, we spend most of our time in other people's brains, listening to what you hear and watching what you see. April 30th, 1976. It's the 4th year since I joined Leviathan's Thought Bureau. It's taken me 8 whole years to finally discover who I am. What happened to me? Am I?
All right, so that is Karma. If you cannot tell, it is definitely in that psychological horror vein. And it's from Wire Productions. So I told you, like, obviously, Wire Productions, they publish Martha is Dead. So they do have like the chops to deliver a very solid game, even though Martha is Dead really is disturbing. Um, I think that what I love about this Wire Productions is that they are like, if you ever talk to them, they're just like super cool. It's all about the art of gaming. And yeah, it's one of those like groups that you want to cheer for. It's like a kind of a small operation they have, but it is definitely they have one of my favorite games. So if y'all know what that is, we may be talking about that here in a second. But yeah, so that is Karma. And I saw y'all there. Some of y'all saw your birth years. I'm not gonna say if I saw mine or when I saw mine in that list, but I will say 1976, Jeff, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the, because I love disco, y'all. I believe the Bee Gees had a really big hit back then. Um, Yes, you should be dancing. Uh, Wire Productions hashtag ad. Oh yeah, I probably should put that in my title. But yeah, so that is Karma. Let me know what you think. Sorry, a little late answering, giving the kid a bath, but yeah, I'm still around. But every other week with After School, no worries, Obi. I know you are trying to get that Best Dad award, so definitely you do you dancing in my crib. Yeah, I mean, the Bee Gees, there was a couple of other ones back then, um, and I believe just because 'cause I'm a huge disco person, just because 'cause I'm a huge disco person, I believe Diana Ross also had another one of my favorite hits, The Love Hangover. I feel like a DJ on a radio station talking about this stuff, but yeah, that is Karma. Um yeah, I was listening to Led Zeppelin. So true story, you did Led Zeppelin actually was not liked by the critics back in the day, Jeff. I know it's hard to believe, right? But Led Zeppelin, if you go back in time and you look at the headlines from the music critics, they were not Led Zeppelin fans. It's kind of interesting to think about that and to like read some of what was going on back then. But you know, So what about that's movie critics, and that's actually what I say about game critics too. Like I'm like, y'all are off a lot of times. Zeppelin is your band. Oh my goodness. Y'all know I can talk about classic rock for a second. So before we get too far into that, I do want to get to this next trailer. All right, so this one y'all probably have seen this one a couple of places. I back in the Stadia days, I first got wind of this game. It looks kind of cool. So if you're into like Stray, maybe I gave too much away there. You might like this one. But yeah, it's like this cuddly looking thing. But yeah, let's look at the trailer. You tell me. You tell me if you like this one or not. Um, but yeah, without further ado, Corey.
In the beginning, there were cats. Innocent little animals, loved by all. But I guess shit changes. On August 29th, 2024. Good versus bad. Cat versus unicorn. So don't be a pussy, cat. Paint the town red with blood as you unleash devastating moves. Power slide, grind, and scream to cause maximum carnage. Explore levels, save the world, and look cute while you do it.
Corey, did anybody else see like that's a game like maybe Lo-Fi would play? Did anybody else like get that feeling? Because that's the feeling I get when I see that. But I think that trailer is just hilarious. Like how they like just the whole thing. Like, it starts off like the little things that they're saying off in it. Just how it like goes like pretty like dramatic pretty fast like unicorns. Like who makes this game? Who makes this game? Uh yes, Toby, was it? Like I'm just telling you, I see like a squids, I see a lo-fi, I see that type of gamer diving deep into this, like finding the meaning of life in this game. But yeah, so obviously we got psychological horror on one end. We have like Stray meets Cyberpunk meets I don't even know. I don't know, like Hi-Fi Rush, something like they're all like thrown in that game. Which wouldn't surprise me if that's where they took their inspirations from. Uh, but that is gory. The cuddly carnage. Purple means stone. I didn't say that, simpleton. I didn't say that. But yeah, that's gory. That is gory. It's coming out in August. It's gonna be on PlayStation. It's gonna be on Xbox. It's gonna be on Steam. I think I saw another store in there. And so yeah. And if you think you may like that game, you don't know, it's okay because we're gonna be having codes to that game, right? So just keep watching the show. Not today, not today. We don't have them today. But if you're like, hey, Purple, I think I may like that show or that game, we will have potentially, game codes for all the Wire production games coming out. So I'm excited about that. As well as we probably might be playing a few of them on stream. Um, but with that said, cloudy gamers, if you will. Yes, Simpleton. There we go. If you go, there you go. So, Simpleton, when I saw this trailer, Simpleton, this next one, I thought of you. I thought of you. And some of y'all are going to be like, what is the big deal about this? This is actually was my 2022 game of the year. And it's got an add-on. It's changed some things up. So I know some of y'all may want or like purple. I was really interested in that, but I just didn't have anybody to play with or something like that. Well, guess what? Wired Productions heard your pleas, and I am super, super excited to talk about this next one because it is a fun one. If you haven't played it, definitely check this one out. And we're going to talk about this one for a second because this one is really near and dear to my heart. So, with that said, here we go. I'm not going to say the name because I love this game so much. All right, here we go. So that was Lamote, y'all, also known as Squishy Squish by Simpleton. So we actually streamed this game twice. When it first came out, we interviewed the developers of Luminosity Games. Those are the founders. That's Michelle and Kyle. This game was just super awesome. It's truly a platforming puzzle game. So if you're not into platformers, you're not into puzzles, don't worry. That is not your type of game. That's okay, because some of us are into both of those. It's a really pretty game. Um, we actually have the album to the game. I may go get that later in the show. The vinyl cover is actually done by a really popular vinyl artist. And if you can't recall, Rabolica, let's see if I can see it. There you go. There goes the Lamote that Rabolica gave me. I can't, there, right there. Lamote that Rabolica crocheted for us. And so you're like, Purple, what's changing? You can play with two players. That's what's changing. So traditionally, Lamote has only been a one-player game, but now you can do it with two. So if somebody else wants to like get into gaming, or you just want to have like a really chill, relaxing time, and like crack your head against a table because some of those puzzles do get kind of hard. Not all of them, but some of them do. You definitely can hop in it. And if you want to see actually how to beat the whole game, I did stream that. So you can go check that out. And if you want to see how to beat a really difficult puzzle and then lose at the last second, I also did that. Thank you, Simpleton, for rubbing that in when you did. But yes, so that is Lamote, the Master Chronicles. It's a really cool game. There's actually like 70 something levels to it. I still don't know how you speed run that game in an hour and something. I've tried. I don't get anywhere close to it. But it's actually the game I play if I ever want to check out like a cloud service system or any type of system. I play that game because it is actually in 4K. It runs at, I guess 60 frames is a thing, but it does run at that. And if you want to know more about just the creators of the game, as I said, I believe it's Shades of Purple #5 with Kyle and Michelle. Really cool couple, a duo tandem team. Michelle is actually the mastermind behind that game, the puzzles and everything, and she has this interesting theory about crows and playing the game. And Kyle, also really great, supportive husband as he is. I mean, the game was only built with 4 people. And yeah, if you just want to learn about like the indie game development process, obviously you have Joe, who's in our community, but also that game, PAX winner and all. So that was Lamote. They are getting the next gen update. It will be now available for 2 players, local co-op. I don't think it's going to be online co-op, but you never know. Maybe so. But yeah, that is Lamote, the Master Chronicles with a next gen update. So if you talk trash while playing Lamote, it punishes you. It does. It does. It does. Lamote is I don't know. There's so many great memories with it. I've actually played it several times with me, unless you want to carry a 200 Pam into the roster. I would be more than happy to play with anybody. Any of my favorite games. Y'all know I am more than willing to play with you all, as well as games you think I may like. I'm more than willing to play along with that. So, but that is Lamote. And that's our wrap up of the Wire production. So as Jeff mentioned earlier, we have Falconeer Bulwark Chronicles, which is like a prelude to the Falconeer game. Jeff Janak was streaming that earlier this year. Got a sneak peek of that. That is out. And then these other 3 games are also coming out. And I think there's one more that I missed, but I may like stream that like next Shades of Purple. I got to spread that out. I can't do them all in one show. But Wire Productions, go check them out. Go check out their channel. They do a great job there. Go check out their Twitter feed. They are pretty responsive, like crazy responsive. So if that's your thing, go do that. And if you just want to like chillax, maybe you don't want to spend anything, just stay right here on this channel. Be subscribed. I do giveaways, and I am definitely going to be giving away some of those games. So more of that. Now, here comes to the serious part of the show, where we talk about a game called Something Blade. And this game has actually got a lot of hype recently. And when I mean a lot of hype, I mean like everybody's totally forgotten about this game. And no, I am not talking about Stellar Blade. No, I'm not talking about that game. But if you're enjoying Stellar Blade, definitely that's super cool. I am talking about a different Blade game that I'm actually really excited about coming out later this year. And I'm going to tell you why after I show the trailer. But why I like to bring these trailers up a lot of times is because I think there's super cool things that get shown throughout like the year's time frame that we forget about. Like gamers like to gravitate towards console wars or like what they don't have, and they don't realize what's coming in the pipeline. So with that said, I'm going to show you all this game coming out. It's something that I'm really excited about. As I said before, it's something that I'll probably not get day and date just because I have other things, but I will be playing it. I will be playing it this year. And but yeah, let me show you the trailer, and then I'm going to tell you why I'm excited about this, as well as another game that's coming out later this year. All right, here we go. Where is it? And this is the last trailer, and then we're going to get to the show and do whatnot. All right, here we go.
56 days to live. Just run away. It won't make any difference at the end of the day. You know better than anyone else that no one could escape.
Everyone wears a mask. You too.
This is a real face!
He let you live? What secret did you sell him?
Only a dead person can keep a secret. You're suicidal! One last toast. And we're all done.
All right. Well, I did not realize how long the trailer was, but yes, Obi Rose, it's gonna be super sick. That is Phantom Blade, not to be confused with Stellar Blade. And why am I excited about this game? And I'm gonna tell you why. And yet y'all know I always try to bring a little bit of cultural stuff into my talks. But because it talks it's really diving deep into China, not deep. It's kind of telling a facet of Chinese folklore. And this, along with Black Myth Wukong, are both entries this year that are going to talk a little bit, dive into different parts of Chinese folklore, very rich history that China has. And it's really a shame that it's kind of like India in a way. And as y'all know, I always, if I find a game coming out of India, I always like to showcase it because these are two cultures with many cultures within them, with just such a rich history. And I think there's a lot of fertile ground there to tell stories, to play games, to different animations. So if you actually were catching some of the movement in there, very much like Chinese uh, combat, right? And I think a lot of people get confused or unfortunately get confused and think like Chinese and Japanese are like the same thing. It's actually quite different. Um, and I think, when we talk about Ronin or ninjas or samurai, or, there's numerous games we can use that are all based in Japanese folklore, Japanese art styles, Japanese combat styles, Japanese stories. And so it's really cool to see some of these other games that are coming out of Asia that are focusing on other parts of Asian culture. And yeah, so that is Phantom Blade Zero. It's coming out later this year. It's going to be kind of in the vein of a Soulsy like action adventure. So it's going to be really interesting how that game, as well as what I just said, it Black Myth Wukong perform. Hey, Lo-Fi, what's up? We just showed a game that we think you'll like. Uh, so yeah, this game looks but it looks like one of the Souls game. I'm freaking hating it. Well, Simpleton, didn't you play? Weren't you playing a Souls game? Like, I forget which one you were playing, but you were definitely playing one of them. It was the one that Eternal Shadow is in chat right now. He may know. It was the one that came out last year on Game Pass, day and date. It came out in March. Oh my goodness, I can't think of it. But yeah. So I'm really like just like interested to see like what is the story they're telling, like what is like a Japanese. So obviously it Chinese, what is like a Chinese developer looking like. And that kind of gets to like the more like topics, I love to talk about gaming news and stuff. Wulong, yes. Uh yeah, it was pretty game too, but that start over nonsense, wasn't it? Yeah, Simpleton, you played that. But yeah, Wulong, exactly. And so this one actually I think is gonna be interesting because if you haven't known this, like I think when we talk about the gaming industry historically, we've always talked about how the gaming industry is like growing and it's like mobile gaming. Mobile. And in like Western markets, like the mobile games companies that like really take a lot of the limelight have been things like King with Candy Crush, right? And we are like, oh, King, like that's where it's all going, which is true. King is one of the top 20 mobile game developers. However, it is not necessarily one of the biggest or well-known ones. Most of the biggest game mobile game developers are actually from China. And what we're starting to see now is some of those game developers are dipping their toes um into making console, PC, triple, double A experiences. And they're actually delivering pretty solid quality from everybody's starting to see this that like, China is going to be It's really interesting because China had all these curbs on like gaming, the gaming sector in the country. But right now, you're starting to see that China is going to be a force in gaming. And we're starting to see some of these games that come out. I think that there's going to be pros and cons to this, just like everything else. One of the pros I can see is like there's more game companies, there's more variety, there's more diversity, there's other stories being told, other mechanics are being told. But another thing I could see is like, okay, basically you're going to see a lot of clones of games, a lot of copycat games. There's going to probably be just a lot of filler out there that looks kind of cool and maybe not. And maybe that's what this game is. But with that said, I tend to really like have take my gut instinct a lot on these types of games, and that one just seems like it does have an interesting story to it and some interesting gameplay to it. Tencent is Chinese, right? Tencent is Chinese. Definitely Simpleton. Tencent is Chinese, as well as a couple of other ones. And so we're gonna see what comes out of it. I think in China they're trying to it's really interesting. They're trying to expand out of the mobile market, and elsewhere in the world they're trying to expand into the mobile market. And so those two forces are somewhat coming together. I'm not necessarily believing that there's a lot of crossover between mobile gamers and AAA PC type gamers. I just don't see that as much. Um, and maybe we'll talk about this in a second. Let me drop my link in case anybody wants to come on to the show and talk. I know there's a couple of Xbox people in their feelings right now. And so I'm not really trying to talk about Xbox too much, just because I have talked about it quite a bit. Well, I haven't talked about it, but I don't want to say I told you so with that. But yeah, so let me post this in the channel and just go from there. But yeah, so those are like I said, I try to showcase a few games. Obviously, we showed Wire Productions. How crazy is that? How like we showed 4 games. We showed one that's like this psychological horror, right? We showed one which is like a very much I don't know what you would call gory, but it is like out there. Like it's something that probably does not take itself too serious. But it's cats riding skateboards, doing cyberpunk things, killing unicorns. That's the best way I can explain it. That's what they said I've seen the trailer now several times. That's how they describe it in the trailer. So that's what we had as well. Also, then we go to Squishy Squish, which is like this puzzle platformer that's like this really mellow game to like this serious Souls game. Like lots of breath there. Lots, I'm not going to say lots of depth everywhere, but definitely lots of breath. You showed the game for stoner. I'm not sure what stoners like that game. I feel like um because stoners aren't the same as people like people who are on shrooms, you know? So I feel like there's like a difference in those two communities. But I want to be inclusive to all. And so I feel like that's more like that shroom community. That in Lamote, right? Not that I will condone or not condone. What's the other word you use usually with condone? Not that I will do like I'm pro or against either one of those. I just feel like I think gory is it's an interesting one. That's all I'm gonna. I don't know what to say with that. It may be extremely fun. I don't know. I don't know. But I was gonna show it off anyway, just to get that thing going. So that is that those are the games we have. Why I'm excited for them. I try to talk about that for each one of them. And what is coming up? So we talked about. I probably should have showed Hellblade, but we've shown Hellblade before. I think I've shown Hellblade twice now. And if y'all did not know, Hellblade 2 is coming out in 2 weeks. So super interested to see what that's going to play out like. I told y'all I am somewhat skeptical. Hellblade 2 right now is in the same category as Little Nightmares 3. All right. Like what came before was good, but I'm interested in like what's gonna happen. I love me some Little Nightmares, but this two-player Little Nightmare situation It has a different developer making the game. Even though I like Supermassive. That's who's doing the Little Nightmares 3. I am not totally confident that they're going to deliver an amazing experience. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. But yeah, that's that side of things. And then the other side of things with Hellblade, I told you before, cool story, cool what they did, but the gameplay was not the most interesting for me. It was kind of like blocky, it was clunky. I don't know. If you have Game Pass, definitely go check it out because it's got to be on Game Pass. It's got to be doing awesome stuff. So go play that if you like it. I do not like the fight mechanics for Hellblade. Exactly, simpleton. Exactly. Someone had to say it. The Microsoft Store has an entry for Hollow Knight Silk Song with the release date. Do they really, Jeff? I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm glad they do. I'm glad they do. It's about time. You did. Visually the game is amazing, but the mechanics were rough. Yeah, simpleton. I agree with you. And then we're gonna get on this Silk Song thing here in a second. But I think that is my thing with Hellblade. Like in the way they're describing this next one, they're like every blow is like methodical and it makes you think, and it makes me think like they didn't change anything on the mechanics. And that is the reason, like the puzzles weren't super hard. If anything, it's like, okay, like there's a puzzle. And the story was cool, right? It's a short enough game to where like if you have to power through it in like an afternoon, I'm not even gonna say full Saturday. If you have to power through it in an afternoon, you can do it. But it's not like one of those games that I like want to go back into because of the gameplay. Like Prince of Persia, I like those game mechanics. But fine, tweeted it to you. Oh my goodness. Jeff, are you getting paid by what is it? Who is it, Cherry? What's the game code? I can't think of it. I'm thinking of the musical group with the word cherry in it. Oh my goodness, I can't. Let's see. Silk Song release date. Let me see this. We'll see. We'll see. They're telling me it's where is this? Where is this? But it's not news. What is going on? Jeff, what is going on with this? Jeff tweeted me something, y'all. Here we go. Hollow Knight Silk Song. When is it? When is it releasing? Release date. I don't see that. I don't. Oh! So y'all, okay, y'all, we're gonna show you this. We're gonna show you what Jeff just tweeted me. All right, here we go. Here's what Jeff just tweeted me. So here we go. Here we go. Here we are. So here we are. Hollow Knight. We've seen this, right? This is the gameplay that was shown that could or could not be fraudulent. And then we go down here. This is the Microsoft Store. Look at that up there at top. So this is super cool. This is legit. This is not a fake thing. We keep going down. There aren't any reviews yet. Makes sense because it hasn't released yet, or has it? It gives us this little thing here. It's going to be a PC, Xbox console. So cool. Team Cherry. That's it. Here's the release date. December 29th, 9,998. I mean, I think that's ambitious. I'm just going to throw that out there. I do. Let me stop sharing that. That is definitely a ambitious target. Don't. I think that's very ambitious on that team to put that out there. I'm cheering for them, Team Cherry. Again, I don't know if it's gonna get released. I think like it's looking like it could be one of these like scam things. I don't know. Well, when it comes out, maybe not. I mean, 30s were a second ago for me. So I'll try. I don't know. I don't know if my skincare regime is that good. But thank you for that, roster. But yeah, I don't know. Y'all know how I feel about Silk Song. I talked about it about like what was it, like a week ago or 3 weeks ago? Um, but yeah, now that I went that other song by what is that musical group with the word cherry? Uh with I can't think of the name. Was it Wild Cherry? I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Um, yes, it was Wild Cherry. Play that funky music. That's the one I was thinking about. Which surprisingly enough is also 1976. Is that going to be the year that's this show is going to be based upon 1976? Play that funky music. Uh, Water lived to 10,000. I don't know. I don't know if I would. Like, that's a long time to live. Think about 10,000 years. Think it like that's like vampires, right? Vampires live that long. Like even vampires, like what movie was it where they were like talking about older vampires and whatnot? Was it Van? Oh my goodness, what's the one where vampires fight werewolves? Isn't that one? They have like these really old vampires in that one. Um, oh my goodness, why can't I not remember any of these movies? I'm like, that's a good year. Roster 1976. Do you mean Buck Cherry? Not Buck Cherry. I think it's Wild Cherry. I think it's Wild Cherry. 'Cause, I'm disco. But I think Play That Funky Music's more like funk, right? And obviously we have to do our Liquid Death. This show's brought to you by Liquid Death. Murder Your Thirst. It literally says that on the can, y'all. I'm not kidding you. It says that. Underworld! That's the name of the movie. Yes, Underworld. The Cherry Poppin' Daddies. The Cherry Poppin' Dad. There's really a group called the Cherry Poppin' Daddies. What kind of like Mississippi Delta group is this? Liquid Death. Oh my goodness. And we have our first guest for today. So let's bring them on. This person, Murder Your 30th. So with our first guest, let's bring them on. We mentioned this person earlier. It's Lo-Fi Monk. Lo-Fi, you got a new haircut.
Hey. Yeah, new haircut, new smile.
New smile, new haircut, new Lo-Fi.
A little glisten in my eye.
A twinkle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Lo-Fi, have you seen the game Gory? Did you see that from Wire
Gory.
Productions? Gory.
No.
Gori.
I know. I think I have. What's this one about? Because it sounds really familiar. I think
It's
we
the
were
one
talking
with the
about
cat, with cat skateboarding, killing unicorns.
Yes.
Yeah, we thought that would be your game.
Yeah. I was really wanting it to come, to the other that place that we used to hang out, and it never
Stadia.
did. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's getting released. It's getting released, and I'll have codes. So
What?
what? What?
I remember that game because I remember thinking, man, if Squids is not playing this game, skateboarding with a cat.
Oh my goodness. I told the chat, I was like, this game reminds me of Lo-Fi and Squids. No joke. I was like, but now you said cats and skateboarding, that is all Squids.
Yeah,
That's all
totally
Squids. That's
Yeah.
all Squids. Lo-Fi is
it
here,
looks
Daddy Miss
awesome.
Holtz. Lo-Fi, what's going on?
Oh, well, I really just came here to tell you that you're not saying it right. It's like you're supposed to be like murder your thirst or something.
Oh,
like
is that how it's supposed to go? Am
Yeah,
I saying it wrong?
You're saying it completely wrong.
I don't know if I can do it like murder your thirst.
That's it.
That's
That's exactly.
it?
You nailed it.
Oh wow. I did it. I pulled it from deep within. I used to freak out people when I would do that when I was little.
Awesome. Red
Like
rum.
I saw like a Miles Davis video because my dad like the trumpet and my brother loves jazz. So I saw this Miles Davis documentary, and he talks like that. Like he has like this super deep voice.
Or like when he regular talks. Yo.
Yeah, like he had this super deep raspy voice.
Like
And
clear your
so
throat, dude.
yeah, and so everybody would be like try to make their voice deep into some way. I like started creating that voice, and so I went to school the next day, and the teacher yelled at me. And so,
Give me cookie.
yeah, it was like that. Like I was doing like because it was like scary kids. Like it's like I was like 8 years old. Like
That's
and I was
awesome.
doing this. Like true story, true story.
That's
So
perfect.
and so I just keep it in my back pocket if I need to do it. If I need to
Hey,
pull it out.
murder your thirst. You know what I mean?
Murder your thirst.
That is some. Yeah, there you nailed it.
I did it again. I did it again. And then you see my
Look
head
out!
like
Here comes
twist.
that sponsorship. I'll tell you that.
See my head twist around. That would that would be that would be like painful, but also cool for y'all to see. Um, so
You just
so
start
yeah,
leaking water out.
what's that?
You just start leaking water out everywhere, like a
Yeah,
sprinkler.
yeah, that would like I said, it probably would hurt. But the video would probably go viral. I'm not gonna lie, if that were to happen.
Yeah,
Um, whatever gets me subs.
yeah. I'll just stand here like Eddie Murphy. I'll be like Hercules, Hercules, for no reason.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, Lo-Fi, what are you playing?
Minecraft.
You are playing Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you went live at either 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. one day. I just saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, like I've been playing that game for years, right?
Right.
And I've never played the actual Java edition very much. Like I've never like sat and spent time with it in its game mechanics. And wow, it's a huge, huge difference. So yeah, I just been enjoying that. It's just
No.
weird.
No, well, you're like a Minecraft legend. And I want to give a special shout out to Fast. You want to join voice chat? Next time, Fast. Next time. How about that? Hey, Fast, where were you? Also, Fast. So, Lo-Fi, if you don't know, Fast is one of our legends on our Fall Guys streams.
Oh yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, he's a
What's
legend. He's a
fast?
legend. Yeah, so Fast, that is fast because he is fast. I don't
Ah.
think that's why he calls himself Fast, but but yeah. But he's pretty good. So hey, thanks for stopping by, Fast. But yeah, so you're doing Minecraft, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. I've been doing that.
doing a little bit of Minecraft.
Guilty.
And so are like are you getting your fan club again? Like are you getting your like Discord community again and all that?
I don't know. This is more about like I don't have a set schedule and I haven't had like a really permanent time where I'm gonna sit down and stream or anything like that. So like this is more about enjoying myself and taking the stress out of everything possible. Like there's really like hardly any planning behind it or any effort other than going live. And I kind of need that during my
Yeah.
off time. So that's mainly why I've been doing that.
Cool. Well, I have like obviously I stream Fall Guys for the community. And we'll be probably doing a Fall Guys tournament here in about 2 weeks, not this weekend, but probably next weekend. Again for the community. But off stream, I just finished Ghost of Tsushima. or
Oh, the
Tsushima.
sushi ghost. Okay.
We just finished that, which I think is launching on PC pretty soon. I would have to ask Cherry Man. He was super excited. So but the game was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, you enjoyed
Um
it.
I did. I mean, I beat it. Like it took me. I played it for almost 40 to 50 hours.
Oh wow. That's
Um,
quite a bit of time.
yeah, no, maybe. I would have to go check that again. But it definitely has an interesting story to it.
Yeah.
I can see why people like it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would say like if I had to rate it, it's between like an 8.5, somewhere in there. If I had to rate it. Like I thought it
Mm.
was cool, like really pretty game. Some of the side stories, like I was really disappointed in because it like has this huge build up and it's like a dumb conclusion. Um, the overall story though
Probably
was
had to put a
pretty
bunch
cool.
of effort into it just to
Yeah,
see that. Yeah.
no, like some of the side stories literally take you like several hours because it's not like oh go do. It's like the side story goes throughout the game with you. Like it's like multiple chapters of a
Ah,
side story. And I was
and
really
not
excited.
rewarding.
Well, it just seemed like, oh, that's how you ended it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's
I
one of
got you.
Ambi's favorite
But
games. I
overall,
don't.
good game though.
Overall, I would say Ghost of Tsushima, good game. If you have Steam, definitely pick it up. Probably, if you have PlayStation, get one of the subscription services, play it. Um,
Oh,
it was
Jeff
a
says
cool.
fast is what the ladies call me. Ladies call you? That's what I was
Oh
wondering.
my god, lo-fi, we
Ooh.
are not trying to start trouble here. We're not trying to start trouble.
Oh.
And Fast actually is an Orlando Magic fan, and unfortunately, the Orlando Magic lost last weekend. I was thinking about Fast. They lost. They were up and then they were down, and then they
Ooh.
never came back.
That's
what
the
happened.
way it goes.
That's the way it kind of crumbles. So they are out of the playoffs. But yeah, so I've been playing that, and now I've started on another one of my games I was really looking forward to. And the only person I've seen playing this game in the community is Ray Sherrod and Ray the Gaming Cyborg, and that is Banisher's Ghost of New Eden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've been playing that. I actually like it. Like I think like that's so far. Don't get me wrong, the controllers are a little odd. Like I don't know why they have certain buttons where they have other buttons, but I like there's a story to that. It's like, oh, I kind of want to know what happens to this lady's husband, like so yeah, I'm that's kind of the game I'm diving into right now. That and Tales of Kenzara, kind of the Metrovania out of EA Originals. So
when's that dropping?
Indica. Ambi, when does Ambi was just, when I was gaming with Ambi the other day, and Ambi, he was like, oh, Indica's dropping, blah blah blah. What was it, like August? 2024. I think it's maybe did it already release? No.
Nah, they were just doing a beta earlier, right?
Yeah, it's on PC right now. It's on PC, $22.49. So that's one in the psychological techno horror with the nun. I'm starting to see a theme right now with the games coming out. Like they are throwing everything out there. Yes, already dropped. So Indica dropped. So techno nuns, I think it was like Ukraine, Russia, psychological horror, snow is your thing. Indica, go check it out. You Squids, what's going on? Howdy, hey Squids. We were just talking about you, Squids, and how you may like the game.
Gory, Gori.
Gory. We think that would be your games. You love Indica. Wait, is that the same Indica? Wait a second. Wait, I don't think that's not that. Not a C, a K, not that one. I want to play. Yes, he wants to play Gory. So definitely that is Squid's types of game, and Indica is his type of plant. I was just at a nursery today with my mom. Actually, we've really got into gardening on Saturdays. So I'm growing peaches.
Oh, did you know that peaches come in a can?
Man, and I'm putting all this effort. like no joke. Like I got like a whole like thing.
That's awesome.
and
I was just watching a video of somebody sliced. They took a slice of tomato and they put it in the ground, and then they grew a tomato plant from that. And that seems a little less effort, but just as rewarding.
I'm gonna make a great dancer. Vance Hilton knows a lot of dancers. So tomatoes are pretty cool. My mom tried to like plant tomatoes, and they didn't make it. I'll just say it like that. They didn't make it.
Mm.
But the sad thing about that is, like, usually when people try to plant tomatoes, like, like you told like this story, like you planted the tomato, then like, or this person planted the tomato, like they saw like a sprout a few weeks later, and then they saw like this bloom, and like a few months later, you have like an actual tomato, right?
Mm. Mhm.
Well, my mom, she planted it like 1 week, and the next week it was dead. Like that's that was
Immediate death.
like it just didn't know. Like something like dug it out. We think something dug it out the ground. But yeah, so there wasn't like this buildup. So definitely not like Ghost of Tsushima side stories. But it was a rather dramatic turn for the worse. So
Yeah.
so that's my tomato growing story. Um sometimes yeah, sometimes you don't get to grow your
So
tomato.
so when you have a green thumb, like when you're good at it, that's a green thumb, right? But when you're bad at it, what is that, just a thumb?
If you're bad at it,
Just a thumb. You're just a thumb.
you're just a thumb. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
All thumbs.
Yeah, it's like 2 thumbs, or like you don't have thumbs. You're like a dog, or is that right? Dogs don't have thumbs?
I don't think
Raccoons
dogs
have.
have fingers.
No, they do have fingers. They have like paws. They have like paws, like, and or is it raccoons? Raccoons have thumbs. One of them have thumbs. One of those rodents
I
that
think
is
it's
like
raccoons that have
that's
thumbs.
really vicious that I don't wanna, like, fate like, I always get, like the uniqueness around raccoons and beavers always throws me off, like, or otters, like,
Mm,
all 3 of those, like, are in the same they all have uniquenesses about them that I confuse.
yeah.
So, raccoons have fingers or thumbs. There you go, y'all. Heard it on this show first.
Yeah.
Can't wait
Dogs
to
don't have
see
thumbs.
can't wait to see Jeff on Cowboy Show being interviewed. Jeff is I don't know if Jeff's gonna go to Cowboy Show, Mr. Urban World. But we can all hope one day. So Lo-Fi, what games are you looking forward to?
Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I am looking forward to not much really. There's not much. I was looking forward to that. Remember that game I sent? I don't remember what it's called, but I sent you a link
Yes,
for it. It's
yes,
like
the core of it.
claymation.
Yes, 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 yes. The claymation one that came out. Why are you playing it?
Yeah, I think it dropped. I haven't got
Yes,
to
it
play it.
dropped.
Yeah, I haven't got to try it
Definitely.
out yet, but I was kind of looking forward to that.
No, so y'all will probably show this trailer next week. We don't have it this week. I actually did have it lined up for last week, but I took it down.
Oh,
What is
conspiracy
Lo-Fi's
theory of the week. Oh, that's well, here's the thing. And they don't want you to know this. And it's probably gonna haunt me. I'm probably gonna get in a lot of, if I don't get canceled for this. But the thing they don't want you to know is that the North is really the South, and the South is really the North. They got the poles flipped, and they don't want you to know it. The Northern Hemisphere is really the Southern Hemisphere, and the Southern Hemisphere is the Northern Hemisphere. So, yeah, they don't want you to know that. But you know why?
they? What do
Because
you mean they?
you know who they are. Because then they will have to rewrite all the history books. That's why they don't want you to know it. Every time that it says, "Oh, they were headed northeast," they're gonna have to change it to southwest, and they're like, "It's too much. We're just gonna perpetuate."
Wow, so you're actually saying it's totally flipped. You're not even saying like they
Completely.
confuse, like they didn't just confuse the names north and south, because like northeast would just become southeast. You're saying it's like all the way flipped. So east and
Yeah,
west are also off.
yeah, yeah. Which is also, that's why Australia is really right side up, and the rest of us are the ones upside down.
The more you know.
Yeah.
How did they prove this?
People on the internet, there's like scientists involved. I don't know.
Smartest people I know.
Yeah. trustworthy. That's for sure.
Okay, let's see, Mr. Urban World. You know he's from Indiana, so you got to watch out for those types. And I see a Jinx free Remy. Remy is free. I will just let y'all know Remy is free. Unlike Stellar Blade. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Okay, I saw a meme about that the other day. They also don't want you to know that there's a level higher than space so that we cannot reach. Okay, this is about to get real deep. And prevent it from reaching, so the algorithm makes space ever expanding.
Yeah, it's called like it's in Minecraft. It's called the End, and there's
The
a dragon
End.
there, and you have to defeat them to get the I don't know. You get something. I think
You
get
know,
wings.
there's multiple
fly.
things Mr. Urban World just dropped right there. If you
For sure.
read between, like, for one, algorithm. So, right, there's a program.
Mhm.
So, I don't know if people caught that one. Space as a level. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like you can get a high score if you go there,
Yep. Space as a level.
or like a cake.
Yeah. Or what type of cake?
I guess that would be a layer. So
A
level.
layered cake. I heard that dolphins came before the chicken and the egg.
I heard that dolphins used to lay eggs.
I think this. Okay. Y'all are really crossing the boundary here. We are about to be taken off air. I just want y'all to know that y'all are like, there's almost, you know how like,
Well, I know
YouTube-
I'm just goofing around, but seriously though, birds are not real, and people
Like,
need to know.
YouTube has this thing that that they're rolling out. You know, like there's copyright strikes. Like if you play music, like Nintendo, like your stream will end. They now have that if you say too many things that are like actually true that people are trying to suppress. So
Mm.
I am actually surprised that we're still on at this moment because y'all have
Yeah.
dropped a lot of stuff.
Well, I
The
told you
US
it could be trouble.
Could be true. The Space Force. So it's really interesting because there was always Space Command in the Army or in the Air Force. I always thought Space Force was a weird one. This Dolphins one, chicken and the egg. That's a tough one. Dolphins. There's something in between the lines there that I am going to crack eventually. I may need
Dolphin, chicken. See,
dolphin
works.
chicken. Dolphin
Yeah.
chicken.
chicken. Yeah, see.
Dolphin chick. I see it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All in the end.
How do they explain magnetic north? Oh, Jeff has a question about the theory. How do they explain magnetic north?
Oh, I mean, magnetic north. It's really that's what I'm trying to tell you. Is the poles are switched. They're just backwards. You just set them backwards one day. That's all
So
that happened.
it's magnetic south.
Yeah.
True south and magnetic south.
This is why physics has been hindered for decades.
Probably explains the Bermuda Triangle.
I mean, the whole reason we haven't been shut down, I'll be honest with the audience, is I've hypnotized you. And right now I'm really only speaking in clicks and whistles. And, I'm
Wow.
confusing the algorithm.
That's actually really smart of you, Lo-Fi. Thanks.
Yeah. Clicks and whistles, baby.
Clicks and whistles. Sounds like a good group name of a group. It sounds like a one-hit wonder group. Like, who did that song? Oh, that was Clicks and Whistles.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Clicks and Whistles.
like,
who did that? Clicks and Whistles.
Like, whoa, that whole thing they did,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Clicks and whistles live at the forum.
Yep. They were a solid group with the Cardigans in 1997.
The Cardigans, yeah.
When was the last time you heard about the Cardigans? Is it north and south just a label? Oh, we do not no labels here, Rouster. No labels here. We are a no labels podcast.
Oh no, I'll be back at the party here in a minute, SPG.
I just got your message. Though I guess I'm late. Not much. Just watching the stream in VR. My it's Urban World. I don't get this. You can't just say I'm doing this in VR. There has to be something like some program you're using in VR. But I thank you for joining us in VR. So Space Force will find the level above space by following the second star to the right, straight on till morning. Is there morning in space? Man, there's a lot of thinking.
Is there even time in space? I mean, at that point, you're like not bound to the sun anymore. So I don't understand how anything works.
Lova, you just said something really deep there. like, where did this come from? like this is like interstellar type of physics going on. Like, where did he come up with this? Where did he come up with this? Like, you're not even bound by the sun anymore. So, man, because it's like a wormhole, right? Like, because there's like absence of light. So if there's no light, you can't measure time.
Time is like a construct, man.
It is not simpleton. Yo, like that one went like really serious, really fast. Like I was like, what? Oh, that actually that's literally like if you've seen the cartoon, the movie cartoon classic that was robbed of the Academy Award, Ants, and how they question so many or the Bug's Life. That was like a Bug's Life type of moment. Like it's like, whoa, where did that go? Hey, Rudix, what's going on? We're just talking about Indica, not the game. I mean, not the plant, but the game. Squids messed me up there. And
I just heard recently Rudig's live stream got bombed.
What?
The other day.
I was watching what? The one with Dorgon?
No, he was doing his family game night, and somebody kept joining in and being rude to everybody. It was kind of crazy.
Ooh, whoa. Iron Giant is a great movie. If y'all have not seen it,
Aron.
definitely watch that.
Aron,
Aron, is that the correct pronunciation?
I have no idea.
It's really good, and it's what is that one with the guy with Donnie Darko? The actor Donnie Darko plays in this other October Skies. Watch those together.
Oh, okay.
October Skies and Iron Giant. They kind of like are around the same time frame. Sativa. Okay, y'all are getting serious. There's a lot of science and physics in this stream. Gambling Name was attacked. How was it attacked?
Hey, somebody bombed his stream. They
What do you mean bombed it?
They were just being rude to everybody. Like they came on his stream, like, and started saying profanity, and just being a jerk.
What?
Yeah.
Why would they do that to Rudix?
I don't know. He's a nice
There's
guy. I don't
so
know why
many
anybody would do
people
that.
who deserve that, not Rudix. Like there's a lot of other
few people I'd like to do that too. You know what I mean?
Friend of Aaron. Iron Gian.
Thank you.
Aaron.
That's exactly where I was.
I am so sorry, SPG. And I was watching SPG was actually playing. Why does no one play these like SPG? What game were you playing? You were playing it was like a real world tactical shooter. Like those look way more fun.
Something Gray Zone or
Gray Zone. That's what he was playing.
yeah.
And like I don't know why they don't play that game. It looks super fun.
Oh
Maybe-
yeah.
Like, but everybody's like, oh, let's play Call of Duty. But there's like so many of these other games. And ever
So I
since I
think
started
this
watching that game,
game
I've
is
been getting
like-
up.
It's like whatever, you get to keep the weapons you find that you loot, but then like if you die in the field, then you lose all your loot stays out there. So you get to either go
yeah,
get
but
it.
that's like real world.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. But
Like I
this
thought it
is
was kind of
tough for
cool.
some
Like
people.
they were all like it
I don't know, it
was a
sounds really
chopper
cool.
and they like landed, and I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it looks
Hey,
good.
King 12. King 12, another Fall Guys champion.
The cloudy thoughts are sinking.
I
Yeah, I'm
think
in
my
sync,
cloudy
bro.
thoughts are sinking with Lowfire. Are they? What is happening? That is the brain meld happening. So yeah, so like, what am I doing? I meant to like get something going on.
What
here.
are any of us doing, perp? Like, what is
No, like I forgot.
this?
I have to get the actual backbeat going.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? Just something like
yeah.
going on in the background.
Setting the mood.
You're just setting it. It makes all choices mean more when you can lose it all. Fun. So I think I totally get it. I totally get it. I don't know why people don't like that. Like, I like tactical shooters just because you got to think. You got to like communicate, shoot, move, and communicate is what they say. So yeah. So lo-fi, we can talk a little bit about. I don't want to harp on it, but I do want to get your feelings on, or your feelings. I want to get your thoughts, your cloudy thoughts, if you will, on this.
Okay.
More studio closures this week. Thoughts?
What? You're telling me Microsoft fired somebody? No way. I'm shocked.
Shocked. That is the face of a shocked person right there.
This is the
Yeah.
face of shock. Yes.
That is the face of shock. Yeah, I don't know. I think two things. I have two main thoughts. One is like
I'm just saying, I'm
Like-
not surprised they bought a studio and shut them down. Like they do that.
yeah, that happens. I think that's one part of it. And it's just a really tough time in the tech industry, which gaming is a part of.
Well, I mean, wasn't one of the studios like one of the game of the year? Like, like weren't they in the
Hi-Fi
running
Rush.
for that or something? Yeah.
Tango Game Works.
And they're like, nah, we gotta get rid. We gotta cut. We gotta trim the fat. This is not necessary. No, dude, they're taking away like the talent and they're keeping the cheapy cheaps, and then that's what we're gonna get. That's
Well,
what
I-
we're gonna get.
I think for me, the thing is like everybody's like, I don't understand the move. I don't understand the move. And I think some of us they purchased the IPs and moved along. SVG has it. To me, they want like
Disney.
Minecraft. They want Minecraft. They want Call of Duty. They want Candy Crush. Right? They want these types of games.
Right. They don't want it to make money for a season. They want it to make money all year long.
All year long, right? Or they need to have it monetized some other way. Like Hi-Fi Rush isn't that game. This is actually like people are concerned about Hellblade. I'm not so much because I think Hellblade shows off technology.
Well, I just
right?
think that games that just have where they have this ebb and flow of like where a game has this burst of hype and then it dies down. If it's that type of game, then Xbox is only gonna use that if it benefits Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if that hype generates hype for Xbox, then you're good. You can keep working. But if that right now they're just trimming the fat, so to speak, like I said, but it's really in the long run gonna hurt us.
No, I think it's gonna hurt us. And Jeff, this is because Jeff, he killed Stadia, as y'all all know, and he is now the reason why we have 4 less Xbox game studios. Thank you, Jeff. They don't want $70 from us every 5 years. They want $200 a year from a service. SPG has that one correct. They don't want 70 from us every 5 years. They want $200 a year from a service. I agree. I think that's what they want. Here's the thing, though. I don't know how much people like. I think people are very price conscious more so than some of these companies realize. Like, I think you hear this consistently. Jeff and Ryzak were talking about it last Sunday, which is people are keeping track of how much they spend on subscriptions, right? People are keeping track of how much they spend on gaming. Like, there's a point where you're like, whoa, like I'm spending a little bit more money, and you're going to figure it out. And it's going to be like, oh, that's on this subscription service. That's on this fast food restaurant. That's on Liquid Death. Murder Your Thirst. That is on all of those, right? You like that one? You like how I threw that one in there?
one. That
Was he Emmanuel A1? How are you? Who was who crying? Game over, man. If y'all can tell me where that comes from, you will win the movie trivia of the night. Game over, man. Lo-Fi, you know what movie that comes from?
Hold on. I do. I should.
You should. Anybody in chat?
Uh,
Oh, SVG got it!
Thank. Oh my god.
Which, if you did not know, y'all, last month it actually released on 4K Blu-ray. So if you want to go check that out, Aliens. There's UFOs fly over India. I'll let someone else win. UFOs fly over. Hey, Emmanuel, what's going on? Man, such a great movie. Now I'm thinking about Aliens. But yeah, so I think you're right. I think everybody's right here. Like, they want you to spend a lot of money on it, or continue to spend a lot of money. I just think it stinks because
Yeah, they wanna tap you like a tree.
I just think it stinks because I think gaming is like an art, it's a pastime, and when you in some of the most simple things, when you mix that up with like corporate business, Jeff's type of people, it kind of taints it. I don't know.
What do you mean, people under a bridge?
No, not that. Like, I
With the
just
billy
think like
goats?
corporate profitability, when that interferes with like art.
I got you. I'm just messing with you, Jeff.
Never mind, SPG. Got it. UFOs fly over Indiana. I don't think Indiana's mentioned in that movie, is it? It might be. There might be some random reference to Indiana in that movie that I am not tracking. What? What do you mean, Rudix? What do you mean? Question mark, exclamation mark.
I'm looking forward to the movie, and it's kind of a scary movie, I guess. In a violent or of a violent nature, I think that's what it's called, or something like that, or a violent nature.
Of a violent nature?
I don't know, but it's supposed to be like a realistic look at Jason, like a day in the life
Of Jason?
Yeah.
Jason's the one that dies in the lake, right?
Yeah, Crystal
Lake, actually filmed in New Jersey. You know what I'm looking for? Like, is this gonna be like that Winnie the Pooh horror film?
No, right now it actually has like a near perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes.
What? I need a And Your Mama Knows, like, what? It does, y'all. It's like 95% rating.
Yeah, shout out to Callie for telling me about that.
Callie Drew Voss in theaters May 31st, y'all. In a violent nature.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a Halloween in May kind of thing.
Yeah, just stopping by. Hope. Hey, Dave Wilson, what's going on? Talking about In a Violent Nature, talking about cats riding skateboards and stuff. Getting some cloudy thoughts here. Talking about games coming out. You know what we do. And
Murdering Thirst.
Yeah, and in doing that, if anyone likes Westerns, Old Henry on Amazon is amazing, featuring Tim Blake Nelson. Interesting. So if you're into Western, I was just thinking about Westerns. You know, there was a time where they were like all the rage. Thinking about the Man with No Name series, which y'all should know. Surprise, surprise. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is not my favorite. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's not my favorite in that The Man with No Name trilogy. Not my favorite. So,
So you're into sci-fi.
no, it's not sci-fi.
It's not sci-fi. I haven't seen it.
Which one? The Man with No Names here?
Yeah.
The Clint Eastwood? Like,
Oh, we're talking about westerns. Okay, my bad.
yeah. Clint Eastwood's son looks like a clone. Interesting. Too bad that that look.
Oh yeah, he does look a lot like Clint.
Clint. How old is Clint Eastwood?
How old is Dirt?
Is he dead? He's not dead, is he?
No way.
Is Clint Eastwood dead? No, he's still alive. He's 93.
I was gonna say, don't kill her.
93. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
You remember that weird thing he did on stage? That like one man show thing he did
With a gun? Yeah. Yeah, or where he talked to a chair? Which one? He's
Yeah,
done
he talked
two
to
weird
a chair.
ones. He's done two weird things. He's done quite a bit.
Where he talked
He
to the
is
chair.
he's talked to the chair.
Kind
Seems
of makes
like-
me think of like Gary Busey in a way. Something that Gary Busey would yell at a chair.
Yeah, the chair could not talk back. It's surprisingly he lost that argument. I still don't- How does that happen? How do you talk to an empty chair and lose an argument? Like, it's only Clint Eastwood, man. You can do that. Dirty Harry, gotcha. Man.
Yeah, he did lose that one.
He did. How do you do that? How do you do that? It's actually pretty hard to do. But he
Never
managed
thought
to
about
do
it that way.
Yeah, but out of the good, the bad, and the ugly, fistful of dollars, and for a few dollars more. All of those came out. All those spaghetti westerns came out back to back to back. And there is
And it's really weird how like if you like watch like old samurai movies, like how the comparison between the two, like they're kind of written and shot the same way. Like it's really crazy.
old samurai movies. Man, those need to make a
Yeah.
comeback. They need to make a comeback. Remember where they were kind of like, remember like 20 years ago, and you had like that whole wave of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden
Oh, Shogun.
Dragon. It like
There's
a whole
series
bunch of
called
them like
Shogun
came out.
right now on TV that's really good right now.
Obama's empty chair. Yep, that's it. SPG remembers it. So Shogun, you advocate for it? Good film. Good
Pretty good.
Netflix series.
Pretty good. I forget what it's on, but it's a series.
I think
out
it's
there.
Netflix. I think it's Netflix.
Google away.
Netflix Shogun. What I was watching is Baby Reindeer.
I heard about that. I heard-
Yeah, Baby Reindeer.
been
So
making some
Baby
waves.
Reindeer. The movie one was awesome. Which one? Shogun. See, this is what happens. Like, I have so many things between like gardening these peaches that obviously I can buy in a grocery store. I've been
No,
playing
he's saying the
games.
movie called One.
And which one?
He's saying the movie's called One. I guess.
Oh, the movie One was awesome. What is the movie One? You know, it was a great movie. The Power of One. Very good movie. Came out in like 1992, I think. The Power of One. Oh, an Indian film. Okay.
Do you think it's fair to make fun of people that have not seen Pulp Fiction?
Depends on how old they are.
Yeah, it does depend on how old they are. But I just feel like there's so many references in life
To Pulp Fiction.
to Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. I wish Fast was still here
Everyday
so I could
life.
ask him, like, has he seen Pulp Fiction? Because Fast is like teenager type. Wonder if he's seen Pulp Fiction.
I don't know. I mean, the whole way people kind of put stories together
Horrible.
from Pulp Fiction, like a lot of the way stories in movies play out.
You think came from Pulp Fiction?
Well, at least popularized by it, right?
Kind of. What is the Power of Wana? I don't think this is the same movie. don't
Guano.
You film watch Surf Ninjas: The Last Dragon Three Ninjas, and stay tuned.
Bro, Surf Ninjas. I always get the Barbara Ann song stuck in my head. I'll be at work and all of a sudden I'll have them. I'll picture the Surf Ninjas singing Barbara Ann in my head at work, and it just gets stuck in my head.
I don't think I've seen this.
You never seen Surf Ninjas?
I don't think I've seen Surf Ninjas.
Three Ninjas.
1993.
Stay
Oh
tuned.
my
Was dope.
goodness.
The Last
Oh
Dragon,
my-
of course.
The Last Dragon. That's
Yeah,
the
those
Bruce
are
Lee
all-
one, right?
Check. Good movies.
I
Yeah.
don't know what Surf Ninjas are either. Yeah, Rudix, it's a movie that came out around that entire like Mighty Ducks era.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is like pre-puberty.
It was
Like-
sort of a flop.
It has some interesting actors in it. Like all these
Yeah.
like B-rated actors who had
Yeah, it's kind
promising
of a
careers
B-film.
around that time.
Mhm.
And they never made anything of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe Rob Snyder somehow. But like it, if you knew the movie, it's you probably loved it because it's goofy.
you loved it. So
I
if
loved
you
it.
didn't know it, that says that. But no, there's so many great. We talked about a lot of great movies, but I want to go back to that Pulp Fiction. So you're saying there's so many things that came out of from Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction. I mean, it's a character sketch, right? There's multiple stories going on at the same time that intersect each other. Is there any movie like that before Pulp Fiction?
Probably some obscure movie that he knew about or something, you know. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'm
he
trying
pulled
to
an inspiration for that from somewhere.
You know what movie I like that's similar to that concept, but it has more stories? And I mentioned this before, Magnolia.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see,
Right.
I feel like Magnolia kind of, and I'm sure that story had been out a while, but the way it was, they stitched it in the film, it just felt like that kind of.
We talked
Pulp
about
Fiction.
we talked about Pulp Fiction on this show before. And
Yeah,
why
like Boondock Saints has that going on too, the way they chop around. Like, I don't know. There was a bunch of movies at the time that were doing it.
Boondock Saints, that's the one with the two and there was a firefight. Like that's that line.
Yes, and there was a firefight.
firefight. Oh my goodness. Yo, that's like this is like you're like pushing my memory on this. Like this is like I was like early Army career when this came out.
Yeah. There was so many good things.
And there was a firefight. I remember that, man. And he like acts out what was happening. Not a film, but I've been watching A Gentleman in Moscow recently on Paramount. It's been really good if anyone's thinking about checking it out. Interesting. What's interesting about what you just said, David Wilson, is you actually have Paramount. That is what I find interesting with your comment. That not that Paramount has a good movie, but you actually have Paramount to know about this. Solid. Solid. All right. Use the Game Gear in the film to fight enemies. Laugh out loud. Sega Game Gear. Y'all know I bought a Sega Game Gear like a month ago. 2 months ago.
Ooh. Wait. You're talking handheld? What is this, a remake? Or you got an OG?
Hold one, Lo-Fi. Hold the crowd. Keep them talking.
Okay. Yo. All right. Oh, are we about to be wowed? Are we about to see something that... Okay, let's talk about game. What are we about to see here? Like, is it a remake? Do you know? So Sega Nomad is king. Nomad, huh? I don't even know what that is.
Sega Game Gear. That's a Sega
What?
Sega
Like,
Game Gear.
takes huge batteries in the back.
Takes 6 batteries. 6 batteries. 6 AA batteries. And I actually have not down here because I was actually playing with it up. I actually go some days I travel on the train to work, and I actually bring this with me.
That's
So
awesome.
my battery pack and my games are actually in my backpack when I do it. Because I saw this kid and he had some retro gaming device. I didn't know what it was, but it was like a retro gaming device. He was playing like SNES games on it. and because he was playing Star Fox on it. I was like, oh, that's super cool. So so now I like bring my Game Gear with like a battery pack that like clips on.
When I was a kid, I had
so
a cartridge
that's
that had
me.
like an antenna thing, and I could I could watch TV on it.
What, on the Game Gear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
the
was like
TV
a car-
tuner. I don't have
Yeah.
that. I'm trying to get all the Game Gear because Game Gear is actually not a popular retro gaming device.
It should be.
And so I just feel like it's a matter of time before people are like, oh, like especially with handhelds getting really popular with Steam Deck and whatnot. And well, I guess with Switch they've been popular, but like I don't know. I think Game Gear.
It was the only one at the
accessories are
time that
pretty
had comparable graphics to the actual console, and it might have been a different game from the console, but
It was a different game. It was a different
Right?
game. Yeah.
but like the graphics were very comparable.
Yeah, so it's actually really interesting if you all who played Game Gear, or if you just want to go like go if you go on eBay or any like old gaming thing, there's like 20 games that it seems like that's all that's out there. Are these like 20 like, games on Game Gear? And I thought I had a Game Gear like oh my goodness, like when it first came out, and there's like a blue one and a black one, and I thought it was like, oh, I had this game. It seems like every like eBay like Game Gear bundle has those same games, and so I realized like everybody had the same games. But yeah, true story. Like Game Gears are not super popular in the retro space, and you can get them as well as their accessories fairly cheap. So there's that. That's that. If you want to,
Don't tell everybody.
yeah, watch it just skyrockets. Like, the
Way to
man
go,
goes
bro.
low. Yeah,
Blowing
so
up our spot.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like, well, the hard part is getting like the battery pack. That's like if you actually had a battery pack and it wasn't working, you just need a new fuse. So like, there's all these little things I remember when I had it and it broke. So
Speaking of battery packs, let's talk about the Cybertruck for a minute.
okay, Cybertruck.
What do you think about this thing?
The Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Like the Tesla thing?
Yeah.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like here, Jeff is really good friends with Elon Musk. All right.
Yeah,
like let me.
I'm just
Elon Musk proves that you can be. No, there's a couple of people who prove this point, but you can have a ton of money and be really an idiot.
yeah.
Like
Money
I
does not make brains.
but this dude has a lot of money. He goes to these stages, like he'll go to like Davos or like all these places. They'll let him talk,
Yeah.
and it's like the dude is saying nonsense. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I just can't. Like it's like.
But the
dude,
thing I
man.
thought I saw today was people that were like slamming their hands in the frunk. Well, not slamming them, but like I guess it auto closes. And at first, people were putting carrots in to test if it would like close on your finger, and it would like it was like cutting all these carrots in half. And then all of a sudden, people started making videos of them sticking their fingers in it. And I mean, it ended the way you think it ended. Horribly.
Yeah. No, look, if you want to get a Cybertruck, I say the same thing. If you want to get a Cybertruck, that's your thing. Tesla's your I'm not saying Tesla's the stock, because I know there's like a whole, like, if you think console wars are bad, like go into like Tesla stock forums. Like that is truly
Insane.
like insane.
I just think the people that own the truck are funny. Like, why would you put your hand in there? And then they're still like, the truck's great. I'm a dumbass.
I guess like Mr. Urban World knows this. Like I'm really cheering for another company called Lucid. Like I think that they're that's the EV company I'm cheering for. So
Gotcha.
it has the former chief engineer of Tesla. And so yeah, and
I'm waiting till Leonardo da Vinci AI is created, and then like, let's see what happens. We'll have a windmill powered car.
Leonardo da Vinci AI. Is that like an AI, or you're saying?
I'm saying like we
Is that-
got all the codecs. Give it to an AI. Let's go.
It's all about the likes. I saw someone use something other than a finger. It didn't end well for him. 50 views. No way. No way. I'll never forget. Speaking about people using things, like in a pool, like there's like a it's like this suction thing. Like I think it's where the bubbles come out in a pool. Like, you know what I mean? Lo-fi, it's like this suction thing. If you put your hand to it, like I don't know what there's a suction thing in pools that do it. And I was watching like this I don't know, it was like something on Lifetime. It had to be Lifetime or WeTV. And they were interviewing these cops, and some guy put his penis in this thing.
Oh, and yeah.
Yeah. And like
They had to rescue
it was
him?
at a hotel. Yeah. And it was funny because like the hotel, like the shift workers saw this guy like when they first came on shift, and he was in the same spot in the pool. And it was like, okay, whatever. And then as the shift worker was about to leave, so like 8-10 hours, whatever the shift was, the guy was in the same exact spot. And the shift worker comes out and is like, hey, do you need anything? And the guy's like, no, I'm good. And so then the shift worker ends up calling the cops. The cops come. It's a whole thing. It actually is pretty dramatic, like how they had to
It
get
sounds
him,
dramatic.
like how they had to get him out of this very compromising. It's not like they could just turn off the suction thing. Like because
put it in reverse, Terry.
yeah, it was like this whole thing because of like there was no way, because it's in water. It like him being in it created its own suction. So like it was like this whole thing. He had to go to the hospital.
The science is what did this to this man.
So yeah. So if that was your thing, if one day you're like, oh, there's this thing at a pool and I can like do whatever, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All that in the cops came. Yeah, the cops arrived. Maybe I should say it that way. Yes. I have a pool and a hot tub and there's no suction anything. There has to be a suction thing. It's like this it like blows bubbles normally. If you put your hand to it, it like suction.
Yeah, that's how they filter the water.
Yeah. It's a true thing.
How do you feel about the dye that they put into the pool? So like if people pee, it turns the water.
What? That's a true thing?
I don't even know.
So like I've said this about like there's this other woman at work, and she was telling me that like people purposely pee in pools. And I was like, no, they don't. And she's like, yeah, they do. And then I like went up to one of my other like friend I really trust, and I was like, yo, JP. Sometimes he comes through. I was like, JP, do people pee in pools? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what? Like, am I the only person who like gets out of the pool to go to the restroom?
Yeah. So
What, are you serious?
no, check. Well, you know what? I'm not telling this story.
There's definitely a trust. No, Jeff, trust me. There is. I also have a pool and a hot tub. There is a suction thing. I promise you. Maybe it's an American thing. It was definitely an American dude at a Motel 6 or something. Wide mouth intake, so the suction is very low.
No 911.
It can be any color. But yeah, so people actually pee in pools.
Yeah.
What does that feel like to
I'll
pee
go
in
ahead
a
and tell
pool?
it. I'll tell the story.
Okay,
I was a
go
little
ahead.
kid. So, when I was a little kid living in Houston, there was a public pool, like, in my neighborhood, right? And I remember being young, and my aunt and uncle wanted to go to the pool, and they took me with them. And my parents, they went and had some free time without me, right? So they were babysitting me. So we get to the pool, and as soon as we get there, we get in the water, and I'm like, telling my uncle, I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom, and there's no bathroom there, right? So we just walked all the way there, and immediately I had to go to the bathroom, right? And he's like, nah, he's not having that. So he tells me, he's like, just pee in the pool. And I was like, I remember I didn't want to do that, and he was like, he's like, it'll be all right, nobody will know, just pee in the pool. And finally I was like, all right. But what did I do? I got out of the pool, walked around the side, and
You just be like that.
and peed in the pool.
What? So you were not discreet about it, like how Rudix is saying these people just stand in the pool and pee. You like got up and just like did like a like. Oh my goodness!
I did what I was told. You know what I mean?
There's pee in the pool in mountain life. Oh my goodness, y'all mountain.
What's
Well,
funny is it was a public pool and everybody saw me do it, and you got to think about how many people just didn't leave.
they didn't leave. They just stayed.
I don't remember them shutting the pool down or anything. Like,
Wow.
I got brain damage for sure.
I hear Shorty in the background. Oh my goodness! Like I just can't do this. Like this, for one, I don't go to pools anymore. Like I have not went to a pool in a long time. Like I think the only pools I did were like in military survival swimming.
Yeah.
Recently, and that was like 10-12 years ago. So yeah, I don't. Well, there we go. So chat, let me ask the chat. We have people here.
Yeah, it's an anonymous poll. Put it out
Yeah,
there.
it's yes, start a poll. Have you
Don't
yeah.
pee on the pole.
peed in a pool? Yeah. We're just gonna do that.
I don't know if this is out of context, but I just read something that Rudix put in chat. It's something about people never leave and they drink all day long.
Yeah, so I have
Like,
saltwater
hoping I drink
pool.
in the,
If it's chlorinated, it should be fine, but still not a good idea. I don't know. Like everybody is. You like the saltwater ones? So we were thinking about getting a saltwater pool. I may still do it eventually, but yeah, I don't know.
Didn't it make it like easier to float in the saltwater pool?
They told us it's good for your skin and your hair, and so once they said that, my mom's like all into it. So heated swimming pools during rehab ruin me. Most pools are too cold now. Ooh, then you should definitely go to a pool in Arizona, because they actually have the opposite problem in Texas. Lo-fi, you need pool chillers. Like those pools are too hot.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, they have to have pool chillers down there, not just pool heaters. So that's a thing. That is a thing.
Yeah,
So,
I live in a place where like after it rains, you'll go outside and there's like dead frogs all over the street everywhere.
that has nothing to do with a pool, Lo-fi.
I'm just saying it's so hot here. It's so hot because it'll rain and like it gets all the frogs excited, so they start hopping around. But then if they make their way to the street where it's hot,
they die.
yeah, they burn. They just like freeze up. They like just stiffen up and then they're done for.
Wow. PETA should have a field day down there.
No, there's just nothing anybody can do about it. Just kind of.
It's 100. It's 101 of your degrees. Whoa. That's Celsius Fahrenheit conversation. So let's see this. We have 60% of the chat has peed in a pool and 40% has not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've peed in a pool.
Yeah, obviously. You technically peed outside of the pool into the pool. Like
I think I did both at the same time. Yeah, I'm an innovator.
That's an innovator. So there you go. That's the poll. That's the poll. And poll. It's about a 50-50.
That's the poll.
So I've never peed in a pool. I never peed, like, even if I go to the beach. When I would go to the beach, I didn't do
I
anything.
feel like the
but
beach
that's
is
when I was-
already like 80% pee anyway.
That's what this person was telling me. Like we were having
mean,
this
it's
whole
fish
conversation.
pee,
That's
it's
what they
our
were
pee.
saying. They were saying that. They're like, do you realize how much like urine is in the ocean because of like whales and fish and stuff? I just never thought of it that way. But I guess people are right. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why would I go to the beach anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Hey, Maker. Maker's here. We should have asked Maker the question. Have you ever peed in a pool? That was the question. No pressure, Maker. Lo-fi has.
And Maker looks like a pool peer. I'm just gonna put it out there.
What the heck? There's no look of a pool. There's no look you have to have of a pool person who pees in the pool. We had a swamp down the road that when it rained, hundreds of frogs would be crushed in the road. Kermit typed the big one. Oh my goodness. See, yeah, look, I think you have toads, but up in
Well, we got big
Under-
ones, but that's not.
are like-
they're not as super common.
yeah, like he's talking about like bullfrogs, like the
Yeah.
big.
I remember one not that long ago. I was taking a guy down to. Anyway, I was showing him this property line, right, and we had to cross this huge ditch, and like, yeah. Anyway, he had to reach his hand down in there for something that he dropped, and there was a big, huge bullfrog, and it was hilarious because.
Yeah, they're kind
yeah.
of. If you're not used to seeing a bullfrog, it like.
Well,
the
it was yeah, it was completely hidden until he got close, and
and it
when
just like popped
yeah,
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that can kind of freak you out.
like why is the dirt moving?
They're big.
They're huge, yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
eat fish
pretty-
hole, yeah.
They're pretty big. It's like the first time you see a snapping turtle. They're like fucking huge.
Yeah, those things are
Snapping
cool though.
Snapping turtles are no joke. Smooth green ones with the super long legs. Ugh. You should deep fry those legs. You know they do deep fry. Papados has frog legs. True
Yeah.
story. True story. Right down the street from you.
Like little chicken legs.
Frog legs, chicken leg. They do taste kind of like chicken.
Dolphins and chickens probably taste like. to be honest.
Dolphins and chickens taste like frog legs?
No, I'm saying that they probably taste similar. A chicken and a dolphin.
No way.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying, dolphin, chicken, with that whole thing, it maybe.
Dolphin and chicken. I
Yeah,
get it.
and, yeah, the
Came before
chicken of
the
the
egg.
sea, the real chicken of the sea, dolphin.
I feel like
I don't want
Chicken's
people to
fun.
eat dolphins. I probably should quit promoting that.
I don't. So someone made like, why do we protect certain animals and not other animals?
We like the ones that we feel are intelligent.
No, like cows are super smart.
Are they?
Or pigs. Pigs are really smart. One of those two is really smart.
Yeah, but you can't be delicious. Also,
Delicious.
like bacon's probably the most delicious meat. Like universally delicious.
But everybody has bacon.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I just think like that got to me. Like, why do we protect certain animals and not other animals?
Because we're
Like, wha-
stupid.
Why is it okay to like kill a chicken, but not a bald eagle?
Because everything's a construct, and we make up our own rules as we go along.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like if you were born a chicken, you're screwed. But you're bald eagle, like
Oh, you got it made.
you're
And I heard
got
that.
it made.
I heard the eagles are pretty much just trash. Like they just eat trash and roadkill.
Eagles, yeah, like it depends on the eagle. But I'm just saying, like, could you imagine, like eagle, like they put an eagle on the Mexican flag. Like, there's numerous flags with eagles on it. What flag has a chicken on it?
Ooh,
Like,
that's a good-
why?
Let's see. Let me Google this.
Why?
What flag has a chicken?
Picking on it. I just don't get it. Like, why? Like,
Aha! The flag of Uganda.
damn Uganda? What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Uganda's flag would look like a Premier League flag. Doesn't this look like a Premier League flag? Like, look, man. Let me see if I can pull this up. For y'all who are not checking this out, this is the Ugandan flag. This is an actual flag of Uganda. That's it. That's the Ugandan flag. Man, it must stink if you're a kid and you have to draw your flag and you live in Uganda.
Why
I
is it
always
wearing-
wondered
is that a
that.
hat?
That is a hat. That's a wing. This is the Ugandan flag with the chicken. There you go. I was proving
That's what
wrong.
happens when you Google chicken flag.
Maybe if you were born a chicken in Uganda, you have rights. That's what I got from this. Someone's chicken is another person's eagle. Let that sit in. All right. That's something. I did not know that. All right. Wow.
You know what? I'm here. Reading Rainbow has not been around in years, and I'm here for you. The more you
That's
know.
Hey Hey from Moana? That's Hey Hey from Moana? Is that? Oh my goodness! Are you trying to? Yeah, there is. I forgot about this. So this is what Simpleton has said. It is. Wait, hold on. It's this thing.
The eyes is what gets me.
I'm surprised at how fast Simpleton caught that. Like, Simpleton was on it. Like, yo. So Moana, multicultural. If they say Africa doesn't have their own Disney character, you show them Moana. That's another thing we learned. Sad. I could see Disney using that too. Wow. Things you find out. So
Yep.
many things.
Thirst for knowledge. All I know is that we found a chicken flag, and that's
We found a chicken flag. I didn't even know.
Hey.
I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole after this show. I promise you. There's so many things, y'all. We talked about Wire Gaming. If you want to go check that out. Talked about Phantom Blade, not to be confused with Stellar Blade. We talked about the gaming industry. We talked about the Cybertruck. Numerous people came through chat, so thank you everybody who came through. We talked about north is south and south is north. What else did we talk about? Frogs dying, peeing in pools, the correct way to pee in a pool. How many shows will tell you about that?
Yeah,
Lots of stuff came out of this show.
the proper way to do it.
The proper rate. No, thanks, Rosser, for stopping by, and thank you all for stopping by. Like I said, this week I will probably again be playing Fall Guys. If Sanchez is out there, Sanchez, he's in his feelings right now. Plays a lot of Xbox, so I don't think he comes to our stream too much.
Shout out
But
to Sanchez, couldn't
shout out to Sanchez, not doing too good. You got Destiny 2 isn't doing too well. Xbox, he's taking it from all sides right now.
See, you know what I mean? Yeah, all this.
Hmm.
That's why you know what's doing great? Minecraft.
Minecraft is always there. It's not Roblox. Roblox is
No,
not
don't
doing
do that.
Roblox is not doing good, right? But yeah, Rouser, have a great night. It's about that time. It's been 2 hours with y'all today, so thank you all. But Lo-Fi, where can people find you? What are you doing?
You can find me on my YouTube channel over here. Probably playing Minecraft. but really, it's just a cover. Just come and hang out with me and chat. and we'll talk and hang out. So it's just a way to keep in touch with everybody and maybe have some good times too. So
Yeah, and that's actually where Lo-Fi and I met. In his chat, playing Destroy All Humans.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. You were just streaming. I would
Yeah.
come by and just say, "Yo, what's up?" Yeah. If you stick a pin in a suction hole and the police come. That is true. We learned that too. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, I did learn that.
Don't do that.
I did learn.
With that, y'all,
These
like
are valuable life hacks.
life hacks, some people should have learned them before they messed up. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, y'all, I will be, like I said, playing Fall Guys. Probably will be streaming some of these Wire games when they come out. And as always, if you want to play like one of the games, one of my favorite games, La Mode, Remnant, I may even jump into Diablo again if you want. Just let me know. Or the racing game, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. Really into that as well. So just let me know. And if y'all have some community streams going on, yeah, I know we got Jeff does his thing with Red Dead. I know SPG does his thing. Rudix has his thing. So lots of time to play community games, just hang out with really great people. But thank you all for coming out and chat and sticking around. All right, with that said, I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, what you game on, how long you've been gaming. As long as you're gaming, you are good with me. And as always, this is Purple Haze with The Proof is in the Plane. All right, take care, everyone, and stay safe. Stay away from suction holes and pools. All right, later.